Yo, people, welcome back to the channel. This is your cricket show of the week, episode 49 of the Off to Boundary Show. We discuss all things cricket. We've got a tasty lineup. You've got RCB choking again. Sophie Ecclestone Masterclass. We've got the Proteas against West Indies on in a few minutes. So yeah, numero 49. So yeah, but I'm joined by the one, the only. They say he said to them the Titanic will sink. They didn't listen to him. If only they listened to him. It's the one, the only, Manny.
Well, I wasn't born then, and I'm pretty certain that if I were, hindsight always being a good thing, I would have told them that they were playing with fire. I definitely would not have listened to Joseph Bruce Ismay and opted to increase the speed. It was the irresponsible thing to do. It is what it is. And in German, of course, this would be episode Nummer 49. And we do have a lot to talk about. Good thing that we are back on. And can't wait to get stuck into it.
Okay. Yeah, let's get started. And the first one, like I said, is one that starts in only a few minutes. It is actually West Indies versus Proteas, but we move. That game kicks off. The first ball will be bowled by the Proteas in 8 minutes. So yeah, I believe they have the touring side is, of course, everybody selected for the T20 World Cup. It would be stupid not to, but I will check and make sure if the squads that have been sent are the same. So let me just quickly run through it. No, it doesn't seem like it's some of the players that are playing in the in the T20 World Cup, but not all of them. So a few guys that aren't selected for the T20 World Cup, but have gone there for the series to play. So yeah, but great to see Otneil Bartman. But yeah, I'm not going to go English. New Bartman, great to see him there. Anrich Norkia as well. So yeah, Jan Mulder. I don't think he's in the squad either. Don't think Ricoton is also in the squad for. Oh no, I think Van der Dessen is not in the squad for the T20 World Cup, I believe. So a few changes here, but yeah. First one, I'll get up the teams. Be up yourself, Chelsea fan. Also, be up to everyone that tuned into last night's Atalanta masterclass. Be up money for doing what's wrong to that. So yeah, I did say Atalanta would win. Sani, I'm winning your league. If you ever watch this again, I'm winning your league. I'm sure I'm the only one that went Atlanta to win. So yeah. But looking at the West Indies lineup for tonight, Johnson Charles, Carl Myers, Brendan King, captain, Andre Fletcher, Roston Chase, Fabian Allen, Hussein, Gudash, Moti, Ob- Update, McCoy, Matthew Ford, and Shamar Joseph. So again, also not there. I don't think the team they're sending to the World Cup. I think a few changes in here, but definitely a lack of batting qualities in this team. But they will know their conditions better than anybody else. I'm looking at our team: Quentin de Kock, Risa Hendricks, Ryan Rickelton, Rassi van Artesen, Matthew Brietska, Vian Mulder, Andile Petlakwayu, Harold Kutsia on not Harold, Gerald Kutsia, Otniu Bartma on Lungin Ngidi, and Björn Fortain. That's the lineup. We definitely have more batters than them. Um, Piano is also a bowling all rounder. Um, so yeah, um, umpires there. So West Indies, this one. Money. Um, you see the South Africa chosen to field prediction for this one, and then we'll get on to the series.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a rather interesting series because I was reading an article in Cricinfo just in the past few minutes where it speaks about how, in addition to Francois Duplessis, who was supposed to make an international comeback but has not been named in the T20 squad, and I think is still convalescing after his exploits of sorts with RCB. Rasmus van der Dussen and Matthew Britska, who I mean, you'll probably know that Britska was scoring really well in the SAT 20. He hasn't been picked. And so I suppose in some ways, almost like Marcus Rashford for Manchester United, who could be playing in Saturday's FA Cup final, this series for Van der Dussen and Britska will be an opportunity for them to remind the selectors and the coach just how well they can do. Amazing, of course, that Quinton de Kock has in fact been selected based on past glories, as it were. And yeah, sadly, I don't know if I'm able to watch, but taking a look at the West Indies 11, as you've mentioned, it's this looks to be a reasonably strong. I mean, it may not be a very strong team with some players, obviously, you know, being selected at the expense of other players who are currently in the IPL. And I take a look at someone like Jason Holder, who was picked in the T20 squad for the West Indies, surprisingly, because I think, he hasn't really been able to prove his worth in the shorter format. And he would be better suited to playing Test cricket, in my opinion. But obviously, Johnson Charles is there, Kyle Mayers, Brandon King selected to captain the team, and then you've got Roston Chase, Shamar Joseph, and Andre Fletcher. But many other of these names, Akil Hussain, I think I remember him. He obviously, yeah, Holder's been picked on the bench actually, and there is Romario Shepherd. It does seem to be a little bit of a somewhat weaker team. And I take a look at this South African team, Van der Dussen's captaining. This might look on paper a little bit of a stronger team. And when you've got someone like Ngidi, who, as you and I both know, can bowl really well, exceptionally quick, he'd do well on these Caribbean pitches. So especially when you consider that without the likes of Shimron Hetmeyer, Rodman Powell, and several other big hitters, this team might be a little bit light when it comes to batting. Don't forget, Shai Hope is also not a part of this team. I really think that, I can't look beyond the South African victory here. Seriously.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think we should be winning this one pretty comfortably. Being totally honest, there
Yep.
shouldn't be anything. Now, wait. Let's have a look. We have looked at the squad, so let's look at the rest of the series ahead. Um, the next one is Saturday, and then the 30-20 and final one is on Sunday. Clean sweep, or I'm going to say 2-1 to us.
So that's a good prediction because I would believe that at least for the second or the third one, the West Indies might pick some of their more experienced players to come back into the team. So yeah, 2-1 would be a good call.
2-1, okay. Yeah, 2-1. That's a prediction. So yeah, I've got up. South Africa will win, Chelsea fan. We should beat them, especially if the stars not there. Um. So yeah, I'm just trying to get the game to security on my phone. Okay, 1 second. Give guys 1 second. Okay. Okay. So yeah, now that that's finished, let's talk a bit about IPL 2024. Hmm? What's gonna hold on, hold on 1 second. The laptop just froze for a second, but RCB they have choked again, beating CSK, going through to the qualifier to win, but just fell short. In the end, um, first qualifier one was won by KKR. Um, that sent them straight to the final. Um,
I don't think yeah, KKR moving into the final.
yeah,
The Royals will have to play Hyderabad in the second qualifier to get to the final, I
yeah,
think.
that is correct.
And this is what I absolutely despise. Just have straight semi-finals and be done with the whole thing.
Yeah,
Ridiculous.
like because yeah, no, I agree. Like, why give second and first place another chance? It doesn't make sense to give them another chance. Like, you've had your chance, and it makes it harder for the teams that fought to get that fourth or third place. So no, I agree, and it makes the tournament longer. Like, this IPL feels like it's dragged on forever. Right?
Oh, absolutely. And you said it. I mean, why have just two semi-finals when you can effectively have, um, you know, three de facto
Yeah, it is
semi-finals?
free. Why have two? Three is better than two. But
More television
yeah,
money.
KKR
It's
they
ridiculous.
they easily beat Sunrisers there in that game. And RCB just fell short against Rajasthan. Rajasthan reportedly, in the words of Sandra Sampson, have a bug in their team. So they had to fought illness to beat RCB. Um, or in some cases, people are saying they RCB couldn't even beat a sick Rajasthan Royals team. Sickness couldn't even help RCB. Um, and yeah, their trophy drought continues. Qualified to Rajasthan against SRH. Winner goes to the final tomorrow. Will Rajasthan do it? I'm a neutral really, because I don't know. don't know who I want to win.
Well, it's
SIH
simple.
win.
It's
I'm
simple.
glad.
I would say, that whenever you're in doubt, just look for the team which has the most South Africans and cheer for them. I do believe Klassen is in the Hyderabad team. Anyone else,
Janssen.
Yes. While South Africa have Nandri Berger, who is one of the reserves for the T20 squad. So, answered your question. Sunrisers Hyderabad. That should be the team you support. But
Okay.
as for me, it's Halabol Rajasthan. Even without the butler, they still have Kola Cadmore at the top of the order. And, as long as they've got Samson and Parag and also Hetmeyer and Powell, they've got some really good batting. We all know how good the Sunrisers batting is. But will they last well against Trent Bolt, Sandeep Sharma, Yuzvendra Chahal, and Ashwin Ravichandran, who could look forward to playing an IPL final in his hometown of Madras or Chennai?
Yeah. No, look, I think Rajasthan. I think one thing that has carried you guys is the spinners, Charles, and Ashwin. They've been phenomenal throughout the tournament. So yeah, and when they have fumbled, most of you, then you guys have lost. Really, just seeing West Indies smack us apart right now, King. So yeah, but AFC always, as always. Um, so yeah. Um,
Yep, Mike.
so you've gone Rajasthan, SIH. Final prediction, of course, it is KKR, Rajasthan, SIH. I'm going to go KKR. I just think they win because they have been the best team for me this tournament. I don't think they would be the best team. I think when we look back at the predictions that we did, probably put them like sixth or maybe even last, just because I don't rate the squad. But yeah, they proved me wrong. So yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I'd also put KKR as marginal favourites because, in addition to that blistering theirs, they have Stark, who literally has been one of the tournament. I'd say the best, and also, and unlike Declan Rice to an extent, he's really proved to be worth the money that was paid for him. But New Zealand have Trent Bolt, Nandri Berger could come into the team, or it could be Sandeep Sharma. The trick will be obviously for the Royals to break the opening partnership of Narayan and Salt as early as possible. And if you get into the middle order, you'll put them under pressure. And that is probably what happened with SRH when KKR played. I'm not too sure that Jaiswal and Kola Cadmore are going to be as strong. But, I would say that Rajasthan's middle order would be definitely... So it would definitely be very strong. But of course, if SRH were to outlast the Royals and head to the final, I'd also marginally go for KKR.
okay, you've also gone KKR, so that's a predictions in then. Then you can first talk about
Well,
the ladies.
before we move to the next topic, I also want to pay a special tribute to the RCB wicketkeeper batsman Dinesh Karthik Krishna Kumar.
Yeah,
I do believe he will be announcing his retirement from cricket at the end of this campaign. And there's a wonderful
yeah, he
article on
has announced
Cricinfo.
retirement, unfortunately.
Yes, and he could very well have been selected as a left field pick for the wicketkeeper batsman spot for the India squad for this World Cup. So good have been his numbers. But Rishabh Pant and Sanju Samson have been chosen ahead of him. And there also is no place for Rahul Lokesh either. Such is the level of competition. And this particular article by Karthik Krishnasamy talks about how unlucky he's been, really, to be in the shadow of Mahendra Dhoni. I always rated Karthik as a much better wicketkeeper than Dhoni, even if he was slightly an inferior batsman. But, Dhoni, just like Mikel Arteta, became more of the media darling. Everybody loved his batting. For me, I always loved the way Karthik put his heart into the game and certainly tried to, really improve and find ways to evolve and continue to be involved in the team. And if it weren't for Mahendra Dhoni and other wicketkeepers, he definitely would have been up there among India's greatest. But the reason why, of course, I have a really soft spot for him, another reason, is because he hails, of course, from Chennai, where I live. And, the thing about us Tamil speakers is that we have a bond, you see. So I feel for the guy. Definitely has left an impact on Indian cricket, even if he might not have been a part of their greatest moments in recent times. But for his ability and talent, he won't be easily forgotten. So let me say good luck to you, Dinesh, and congratulations. Enjoy your retirement. Vartakal, Varga Valamudam. And in Tamil, that means congratulations and live your life to the fullest.
Yeah. No, hopefully you do. Enjoy your career. The rest of your life. Great career. I think you'll be a big mess, especially to RCB. England versus Pakistan, Ecclestone, masterclass, money. You watched the game, 3-0
Well, I didn't
T20
watch
win.
it. I didn't watch it fully. I mean, obviously, for the most part, I was away. But after coming back from the gym and having some dinner, I did actually catch some of the rest of the innings. And obviously, when Pakistan were batting, and when Nidar Dar was batting at the time, the Pakistan captain, I remember saying in our group chat that although Pakistan have some brilliant bowlers, their batting is what lets them down more often than not. And it proved to be the case, as obviously, the experience and the talent of Sophie Ecclestone. 10 overs, 1 maiden, 3 for 26. Even without the maiden, her economy rate was less than 3 in over. Spectacular stuff. And the delivery that she bowled to get rid of Fatima Sana was really just a classic, wonderful left-armer's delivery. You could sort of liken it to an arm ball as such. So instead of, when it pitches on off, it doesn't deviate away to the off, but it sort of goes a little bit inwards. And it trapped the batswoman plumb. Beautiful delivery. And it's basically a question of, with Pakistan, they bowl and field excellently, but when it comes to their batting, I just think they, look a little bit weak, and they just don't really seem to have the patience to be able to play much, to play some longer innings, or to try and stick it out and play the ball according to their merits. But we also have to give props to Heather Knight for her captaincy and field placings. The one satisfaction with the match having wrapped up is that England were not able to bowl Pakistan out. In fact, I do have the scorecard with me right now. And, I think we had them at about... Mr. B, good evening. Just in time. How are you?
Man. Yeah, cool, mate. Cool. Yeah, just
Yes.
been watching that cricket, obviously, just watching the rest of that. So, I think some of that actual bowling was poor from England, and some of the batting a little bit as well. Not their best today, England, but they got the win. That was the main thing, I suppose. It's good that you can play, pretty poorly and still win. That's good. But really not at their best, the England women today, I don't think. But Pakistan aren't quite good enough, I'm afraid, with the bat. That's lets them down with the bat, obviously. So, the bowling's great from them again. They have some great bowling earlier on, Pakistan. And they had England in real trouble at one stage, They somehow managed to get to 200, was it 43? So But that proved to be enough in the end, didn't it? So.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And I think with the exception of Sarah Glenn, though, all the England bowlers took wickets. But I get your point when you say that some of them were perhaps a little bit expensive. The topic, of course, was the Sophie Ecclestone masterclass, and even you've got to admit that was quite simply a beautiful display of bowling, and I think she's proved why I think why, in my opinion, at the very least, she is the best spin bowler in women's cricket today.
Charlie Dean as well. She done well, I thought. Bowled well, Charlie Dean. So over 25 wides. Did you see that? They broke the record there, England, for a load of wides they bowled today, which ain't great.
Yeah, 31 wides. I'm just taking a look at the scorecard right now. Yeah. 31, yeah. And
that's terrible, that was.
And of course, the fact that we allowed them to have a 28-run unbroken partnership for the final wicket instead of bowling them out when we should have, I think that might perhaps be a cause of concern. But, you know, the thing about it is, though, when it comes to one-day cricket, I mean, you obviously want to make sure you tie the batters, in this case, batswomen, down and prevent them from scoring. And we already had them 9 down, so the game was more or less up. But a more ruthless team would have looked to have completely bowled them out. And letting them get to 200 isn't really a good look. But you also have to credit, Najiha Alvi, the wicketkeeper, and Nashra Sandhu for that pretty tough, gritty partnership. And you just wonder if the other batswomen higher in the order had shown that level of grit and application, maybe, it would be a different story.
They started off well, didn't they, Pakistan? They actually had a really good partnerships and that to start with. And I think they lost a wicket. I think they went over 50 odd or something without losing a wicket. So they were going really well. And, I think England in the end just about done enough. I don't think they're at their most ruthless. I don't think they were that fantastic today at times. Pretty. I mean, some of the batting was actually good. I thought Capsey was going well, but it's like give away a wicket, I think, at 44. She got 44. She could have got 50. Would have been her best. Well, she overtook her best of 40. But, she wasn't quite in Wonderland today, was she, Alice, I'm afraid. But,
yeah.
But no. Unfortunately, it was a bit of a mad hatter giving that away in the end, wasn't it? That wicket. But no, I mean... But no, I mean, there was some good displays, decent displays. Some of them. Amy Jones was decent again with a bat, I thought. She looked pretty good again.
Yeah.
Tammy Beaumont was not bad. But some of them, I just think, I don't know what what they were thinking was with the bat at times. So, not great. But,
sorry, go ahead. Sorry, Steve.
I wasn't really going to say too much more, Manny, but it's just I just thought it wasn't quite up to their usual level. England, they got a higher level than that, a bit higher gear than that. Go up to like top gear basically, but it wasn't quite at that. I think it was in like second or third, maybe fourth, unfortunately. But But no, it was good enough. And okay, mate. Yeah, go on. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, it was. I'm really glad that you spoke quite a bit about the fact that our batting hasn't been really consistent. I actually would like to ask you a question about a certain Maya Boucher. Now, prior to the series, as you know, we were discussing it on your stream on your channel. We were talking about basically how she's adopted a new approach and she's been rewarded with some wonderful runs and some fine performances. But just taking a look at her performances in this series, she's struggled badly, mate. I mean, in the first T20 international where, we limped to 163 for 6 and bowled them out for 110, she only scored 4 of 4 with 1 boundary. And, it was really up to Heather Knight and Amy Jones and Gibson and Ecclestone to sort of give us some respectability at the end. In the second ODI, she was slightly better with 30 off 26. And here, but in the third one, the one to conclude, she ended up getting 8, and in the first in today's game, she only got 17. Now, obviously,
Not great.
yeah. So obviously, she was praised to the skies for her brilliant form against New Zealand, and was pretty much the talk of the town, as it were. So I just wonder, as brilliant as the Pakistanis have been bowling, is there an issue with her form, perhaps?
I'd say so there, Manny. I mean, the thing is, yeah, she was brilliant. We see her of course, in New Zealand. We were talking about her a lot there and how great she was doing, obviously the T20s and everything. But, I mean, unfortunately, I didn't really get to see much of it as I was away. I missed a lot of it, unfortunately, at the start of the T20s and rest of that series in the end. But I was trying to catch up with it, really, because I was on holiday. But I know obviously we had won that because it was 2-0. They won and then of course 3-0 eventually. But they'd already won that, the T20 again, England. So, but yeah, I think she is a good player though. I really rate her, Maya Boucher, and I think she can come back. I mean, this is sort of, she can get her form back. At any stage in this series, and she could do it just at the right time. But I mean, obviously that's a long way off the World Cup. Is it the World Cup for women?
Yep,
it's about
yep.
October, I think. So it's a long way off though. But she's got plenty of chance to come back into form, and I still think she's a very good player. And I think you got to keep faith with her. To see what she can carry on. I mean, it's only like what she might have failed a bit in the T20s here and then this first one, but you never know. She might step up, come to the party in the next one. So you got to show faith in her a bit. I think you don't become a bad player overnight, and she hasn't. She won't be. So. I think I'd stick with her definitely, and there's a lot there. I think the best is to come from some of these ladies. I think there's a lot more. So I don't know if we're going to bring anyone else in. Whether Danny Wyatt's going to come back, I don't know, or they give Lauren Filer a go or something in the next one, or Freya Kemp. Or anything like that, but I'd like to see him given a go at some stage in this, because especially if you're winning it, say 2 or 3-0 the series, then you might as well give them a go, give the rest a go, and see what they can do, innit? Because the series is done then, and we've already won it. So, I think it's I think though it was a shame for Pakistan. They did start this one well. And I thought they nearly had a great chance of winning it. If they'd kept that going in partnerships and done well, but I think in the end, just England just had that extra little bit to beat them. So, but I think I was hearing or reading somewhere that they beat New Zealand, didn't they? In Pakistan with a bat, apparently.
I believe they did. Yeah, if you take a look on Cricinfo, you will obviously confirm that. So,
yeah, it shows they're capable. They can do it. That there is ability there with a bat. So, I don't know. I think. I mean, they were saying on there, maybe Pakistan should bat first and get a total, and then put pressure on England with a bat, then with the ball. So, I think that's probably what they should do, because that is their strength, the bowling, isn't it? That's their main strength.
Yeah.
So if they win the toss again, I'd do that. You got to put a bit of pressure on there somewhere, haven't you?
I like the way you think. I mean, obviously for the batswomen, it'll be more of a huge test for them. I don't want to say baptism of fire, because I don't think there are any Christians in the squad, so you can't talk about baptism in that sense of the word. But I like the way you think, and I'm just taking a look at the highlights actually of the first 2020, and in Wahid Akhtar and Sadia Iqbal, I think they've got some excellent bowlers. Sadia, in particular, the left arm spinner. She is quite impressive, but obviously some of the other bowlers let the team down by being a bit too expensive. And again, they just allowed England to come back into it. And that seems to be another problem because they start brilliantly, but they just can't seem to maintain that level of pressure. And if you have a situation as well where, sometimes chances are dropped, that gives, batswomen batters a real lift at times. But, it is what it is. And Pakistan are just going to have to try to find a way. If they can do well, then, hats off to them. And I think they're certainly not going to be pushovers, but they certainly will need to improve their batting. And, of course, when you're playing in England against England, you just have to take into consideration the fact that they're just more experienced, really.
I'm trying to think. This is 5 games, isn't it, Manny? Is it 5 or is it 4? I can't remember now. 5 games?
I do believe they've played 3 T20s already, and they've got 3 ODIs. So the second ODI
Only
will
3
be...
ODIs. Oh, I thought it was more.
Yeah, so they've got... the second ODI will be this coming Sunday at Taunton, and the third and final one will be over on the 29th of May at Chelmsford. So just 3 of each, really.
Yeah, can you see them maybe winning one and getting it maybe sort of, could they get it level and then maybe go to Pakistan to the final one? Because I think that'd make it more interesting if they could get it level. Yeah, go on, mate.
Go on. No. Please go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, no, because what I was going to say, if they could get it level, I think that makes it more, more interesting for the viewer to watch it. Because otherwise, at 2-0, it's all over, isn't it? Again, it's like with the T20s. That was all over. With when they won two of those, and then that was it. And then so I want Pakistan to make it more interesting, And I think if they can, I would say do that. Bat first, get a total on the board, get a 240 or something if you can, or 250, and then throw it over to England, see what they've got, and give your bowlers a chance because they got some great bowlers, Pakistan, really good bowlers, and I think they got to give them a chance there, and I think that could be a way to do it, and I think get that to 1-1. And then see what England have got. England haven't been pushed yet. They haven't got, been pressurised yet in these series. So, because you've got to see how they can do in an actual tournament. When it gets to the tournament, have England got what it takes to come through? When they play the likes of Australia and everything, India. So, we'll find out what they got, won't we? These players. So.
I'd agree with you. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'm actually taking a look at the scorecard for the third T20, and Pakistan actually showed some really good application to only lose 4 wickets. Of course, they couldn't get enough runs, but, they're going to have to try to summon the spirit of this particular game, and, you had Feroza and Alia Riaz getting knocks of 30 and over, Nidadar chipping in with 29, the captain. Sidra Amin at the top of the order getting 26 as well. Only Sadaf Shamas and Muniba Ali didn't really do well. But I think a more likely outcome, to answer your question, would be that England win the second one and Pakistan make a fight of it and manage to secure a win in the third one. Because, for all of the talk about how England would like to be ruthless, I do believe, there will be a little bit of complacency, a little bit of, lackadaisicalness, especially if they've won the series, and Pakistan could, capitalize on that. I get what you're saying completely, and if Pakistan were to bat first, they could cause some problems. But again, England just have too much experience in these conditions. And someone who definitely should come back into the team would be Danny Wyatt. Her blistering innings of 87 off 48 in the third ODI was just, absolute class. 12 fours and a 6. She took the Pakistan bowlers, quite a few of them, to the cleaners. Yeah. So I think 2-1 would be a good call. I think Pakistan might have a chance in the third one, but as far as the second one is concerned, I just think England are going to look to try and, take it a lot more seriously and make sure they get the series under their belt, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah. It should be a good game anyway. Again, I mean, this first one was good at times, but I just thought some of the play wasn't quite up to it. I mean, obviously the batting and bowling. I think Pakistan were probably looks more on top of the ball than England, because they only gave away about, I think it was only 8 wides or something, Pakistan, whereas England got, as you say, 31. You're away 31 wides, which is terrible. It's not good at all. But I think England will get better with that. Their radar seemed to be off today. I know they had a bit of a strong wind there as well, apparently, which didn't help. But I just think their bowling will get back to how it was. We know how great they can bowl. And, Ecclestone and that as well. And Dean, I thought, were great with the ball. The spinners. So I don't know whether they will bring in Lauren Fowler. They kept on about her a lot, about playing her. So they might bring her in for this one, the next one. I don't know who you'd leave out. Whether you could leave Kate Cross out, I don't know. She bowled fairly well, Kate Cross, in the end. So it's going to be a tough one who you'd leave out is the problem, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree completely. But one call I will make is that if Bouchier fails in the second ODI, then she might end up being dropped and Danny White comes back in.
Yeah.
And I do get that she is a bright young talent, but again, you've also, and form is temporary and class is permanent, but you've also got to make sure that you do find the right combination, and you can't simply expect to, keep your spot on the side if you're not really doing too well at the moment.
That's true, mate. Yeah, but we'll wait and see. We'll see what the next one is. I don't know when they're naming the next team. I think it's probably be Friday. Is that tomorrow? Saturday? Maybe, I don't know. Is it Sunday's the next one? Isn't it? Is it Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday's the next one. This coming Sunday, and
it'll probably be Saturday, I guess. They'll name it.
Yeah, just watching again. The highlights of the first 2020. Our bowling was just too good for them. Big up to Sarah Glenn with 4 wickets, but today she was quite expensive. She was great in that game, but today she was rather expensive.
She was, not good today. But,
yeah.
I think they can do better than this. We know they're better than this, Manny. So I think we're seeing them do a lot better in the second one. But as I say, I'd still like to see Pakistan, put a real fight in this time. And if they could level, I think it would, as I keep saying before, I think it will make it interesting if they can level it. To see how England fare under the pressure of having to win it, win the last one. So, but I think it's definitely going to be it's a good series, just like the T20. So, and I see you managed to actually watch some of it this time, Manny. You watched a lot of it, did you?
Yeah, I came actually a little bit late from the gym, and after having some dinner, I thought I could try and just watch it on TV. And I'll tell you what, Steve, if I were able to watch the T20 games, I would have joined you on one of the watch-alongs. But obviously, when it comes to these Indian sports channels, they prioritize other sports ahead of international cricket, even if it is played in England at times. But now I think with most of the European club football done and dusted, I think now I can watch quite a bit of it, and I'm actually watching the highlights, of course. as we speak. I think this might be the second one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, next time, of course, we have there is a T20, and if they're watching it, if they're screening it in my neck of the woods, I will let you know because I would like to join you, obviously. And
Yeah, what about the men's though? I didn't say, did that start or not? I think one was called off, wasn't it, or something? Apparently, was it abandoned?
I don't think so. I don't think. Let me check. Let me
Oh.
check that out for you. Let me check that out for you because results. Yes, the first T20 was abandoned without a ball bowled.
Yeah.
I think there was heavy rain in Leeds, and so it was abandoned. So the first one will be tomorrow at 7 p.m. India time, which would be, I want to say, 2:30 in the afternoon UK time. Yeah, and that's going to be over at Edgbaston, Birmingham.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah. It's like that one's on because you always get bad weather mostly, especially up north, isn't it? When you're up north, so there's always generally bad weather. But in the Leeds area, Yorkshire area, whatever. Big up, Hannah.
Yes, they've been enough.
But there is actually another thing we'd like to talk about, with your permission, Hanno. And you never ever would consider the USA to be a hub of cricket, but they've recently, beat Bangladesh to secure a 2-0 unbeatable lead in the 3-match series. So, my goodness, it's going bad to worse for the Tigers. I think the Tigers are being tamed.
They have, haven't they? Yeah, they become pussycats, all that. But yeah, that's strange, isn't it? But USA must have some good players there. Do we know?
Wait, no. Wait, hold on. Let's check the squad. Bangladesh. Then we'll all decide if there's anything.
There won't actually be any Americans playing for them, will there?
Actually, mate, there are. I do believe that in addition to the expats, there are some locals in the team. And one player I want you to keep an eye out for is a certain Corey Anderson, the former New Zealand international, who at one particular point in time,
I remember him. Yeah.
Yep, he had the had the record for the fastest ODI 100 with a 36-ball blitzkrieg against the West Indies in Queenstown. Now, I think that record has since been broken, so I'm just going to confirm that. We'll see. But at the time, 36 balls was just brilliant.
So yes, the team of Bangladesh. One, two, three people. 3 people that are decent. Only 3. That whole Bangladesh team, 3 people. Hossein, this guy, no clue. This guy, no clue. Shakib Al Hasan, of course. Mamadullah, yes. Rishad Hussain, no.
Mustafizur Rahman played in the IPL this season for the Super Kings and wasn't there as they got unceremoniously dumped out of the playoffs by RCB. Najmul Hussain is, of course, captain, having replaced Shakib, who had that eye condition. But even without the captaincy, if you don't have Shakib in your team, you really don't have a chance.
That's true.
So looking at that old team, only 3 players out of 11 that are unknown. No, but there were records broken. This is the lowest match aggregate involving USA and Bangladesh in T20s. USA's 6-run win against Bangladesh is the smallest margin of victory in terms of runs in T20s, beating 10-run win against Cayman Island.
Yeah,
wherever they are. Don't know they existed, but yeah.
Of course they exist. I've got friends from the Cayman Islands.
Fair enough.
Very much in the very much in the Caribbean.
No, they had a cricket team, did you?
So yesterday, England squad for the T20s. They are taking on Pakistan. It's 4 T20s, so still 3 to go. So that answers your question, Daz.
Oh,
Josh Butler, Johnny Bairstow, Harry Brookman, Duckett for Salt. Interesting for Salt in the squad. He's still in the IPL involved. Um,
mm.
No, I think he might
oh
have
yeah,
left,
yeah,
though, to be
yeah.
honest.
They sent him back. Ooh, that might be
Yes.
one. Ali, Sam Curran, Wood Jacks, Liam Livingston, Jofra Archer, Tom Hartley, Chris Jordan, Adil Rashid, Stockley, Mark Wood. That's a good team. Thoughts?
Yeah, a great team, but I know there's
Mostly,
still some I wouldn't have there. I still wouldn't have Moeen Ali. I don't why. I just don't. They keep going back to him, and yet, as I told you before, Manny, I don't think he's good enough. They keep going back to him, and why? Go to someone else. There's someone else better than this out there. Young. Well, no, we go to the age thing, but he's a bit younger. But I mean, he has got loads of experience, Paddy, but he hasn't always done it, has he? He's hit and miss. So when it comes off, yeah, it's fine, but most of the time he ain't done it, as far as I'm concerned. So I don't know why, and I still have doubts over Sam Curran as well. But as we discussed this before, Manny,
Yep.
and
I remember.
you like Sam Curran, didn't you? But I'm still not sure about him. He was tanked for a few runs in the IPL, whatever.
Yep.
One of those games.
Yep. Yes.
Went for quite a few runs there. So and also he failed in the I think it's the T20 World Cup last year with England. That was the ODI one, wasn't it? Sorry, but he failed there as well. So I'm still not sure about him really. I don't think really Livingston done enough, however, in that World Cup last year, however. If he gets going, he can smack it, and he's brilliant, Livingston. But no one hit and miss really for me. You got to have somebody that is going to pay off most of the time, going to tee off and play well, and come to the party enough times. Which is the likes of Will Jacks, the likes of Salt, and all that will definitely come to the party. Some of the bowlers, I mean, Archer, if he's fit enough, I hope he's fit enough, Jofra Archer. We welcome him back. And likes of, I don't know, the spinners, well, of course, Rashid, Tom Hartley, if he gets going with the ball. And, there are plenty there. I'd like to see some other quicker bowlers brought in. I'm still not even sure about Reece Topley. He gets injured too easily a lot of the time. Mark Wood, of course, can break down a bit. As we know, he's quick, but still injury doubts. And, I'd bring the younger ones in. But anyway, they've gone with what they've got here, and we'll wait and see. We'll see what the final team's going to be. Obviously, for this next one as well, the next T20 should be a good one. If it actually goes ahead, no rain, that'd be brilliant. So that's my thoughts on it. Anyway, Hanno, were you still there? Were you going to say something, Hanno? Was he there going to say something? Or I don't know if he's still there or not.
Yeah, he might be a little bit busy, I suppose. And on Jofra Archer, I do believe that that it was Butler or another captain of sorts who was reporting that he was bowling well for the Sussex second 11s and regaining quite a bit of his speed. And he is getting back into the swing of things. But one player, of course, we might not have discussed too often, but I really do like, and I'm glad he's been picked, is someone like Chris Jordan. And I just hope that he's going to get enough cricket for himself to make sure that he gets back into form. And I think Daz has a question here, whether or not we take Sam's brother Tom to the World Cup.
I've said about him, haven't I, before? I think he's really good. I rate him, Tom Curran, and
Yeah.
I think he's produced a bit more than Sam at times with England as well. So possibly I'd take him. I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't. I don't know. You probably prefer Sam to him, but.
It's not so
What would
much
you
a
say
question.
about that?
It's not a question of preferring Sam to him, but the problem is with Tommy. I don't think he's had too many opportunities with England of late, and you know, maybe you can possibly give me a lowdown as to how well Tom has been performing with Surrey, and whether or not some of his performances would, justify or demand his being considered by England. For the moment, I think England seem to really prefer what Sammy. Gives to them. And, for the most part, if Tom is able to get himself back into form, there's no reason why he can't play a role again. And, of course, the overlooked Curran brother, Ben, has not been called up by England as of yet, so the poor bloke must feel like the odd man out.
Yeah. I haven't really seen him play a lot. Have you seen him, Ben Curran, play, Manny? Or
no, mate. I mean, I don't get too many opportunities to watch county cricket that much, and I really haven't heard too much of him. He hasn't really caught the headlines, poor fella.
Oh, right. But yeah, they're the main two, Tom and Sam, obviously. But they go ahead with Sam. It's fair enough. But I still don't know about him. I still have doubts about what he can do. And but I mean, we'll soon see. He can turn all that around. He can make me eat my words and produce some great stuff. I just feel he's not quick enough. I know he can swing the ball, and we know what he can do well when it swings. But you just want that extra pace to swing it. I mean, you've got. You think of Anderson when he was at his best with that pace and everything, and swings the ball. You can't do nothing about it. You can't bat against that. With Sam Curran, it's if it's not quick enough. I mean, he's got a bit quicker than he used to be, but it's still, what is it? Is it 80, early 80s, 82, 83, maybe 4? I don't know. Maybe his fastest is 84 something, but it's that's not really quick enough, is it, to beat these batsmen? So I still don't know. And he started off really well with the bat when he came into the Test team. He looked really good with the bat, and I don't know if that's tailed off a bit. I haven't seen him enough in the IPL to know if he's doing all right with the bat or whatever. But I know what he's been like for England. Hasn't been really at it. So, but yeah, I think the debate will carry on now. I think Tom's still a good player. I rate him, Tom Curran. So, but we'll see. We'll see if they want to stick with Sam Curran. We'll find out if he's up to it or not. So
yeah, couldn't agree more. And still taking a look, obviously, at the US team and their shock performances against Bangladesh. They are good value. And of course, as I've said, there are some expats, but also a lot of locals. In fact, the captain is an expat by the name of Monank Patel, who was born in Gujarat, but obviously he moved to the US. He obviously moved to the US and became a citizen, and has since been playing in the American leagues. And he now has the captaincy, and looking for. Yep, there are some locals here. Aaron Jones from Queens, New York, 29 years old. Already played 43 ODIs and 24 T20 internationals, and 9 first-class games for the US in the lower level cricket. So they've got a decent combination. They're not too bad, and obviously with Anderson in the team, there's that little bit of star power that will really send them a long way. So watch out for the USA. Although this Bangladesh team, it also has to be said. Yeah, but this Bangladesh team, I have to say, they're also, in a bit of a shambles, really. And I'm sure Hanno will agree. He's seen the best and the worst of Bangladesh.
A bit of fall from great, didn't they? Really, yeah.
and I'm currently seeing the worst of the Proteas. After 10 overs, 107 for 1 West Indies.
Oh
So
dear.
Oh
Oh dear.
boy, oh boy. I am sorry, but
so yeah. Well,
Can't be great all the time, can they? No.
can't be winning all the time.
No.
I have to give the smaller nations something as well. Yeah, would you guys take current? I don't
Oh,
think
we've
so.
already answered that one. Well,
yeah,
I said possibly, but they still they favour Sandcurran, so that looks like he's ahead of that at the moment in that race. So
Yeah,
I look to it.
but yeah, I think that's everything there is to discuss. Double clean sweep for the England ladies. Yes, says
Oh yeah,
yes,
brilliant.
yes.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
So yeah, I will add Mr. B's title to the cricket in the title and the football one in the
Yeah,
description. So
cheers,
go
mate.
check that out. So yeah, be a page and every one of you. And
Yeah,
yeah,
so I was a bit late coming on, by the way. The light's gone earlier, but obviously I'm still watching that cricket, so I can get on it. Yeah, it was good. What did you talk about earlier then, the IPL and stuff? Did you talk about any of that? Or?
Yeah, I
we
talked
did. We
about
did.
that. But we can your quick prediction. Rajasthan against Sunrisers.
Well, I'd love us to win. I don't know what is our form at the moment. I mean, we've lost 2 or 3 lately, haven't we? I think.
But this is the last qualifier, last semi-final. Technically, if you win, you're out. If you win, you go to the final.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. If you lose, you're out. When you go to the
Yeah, I think we can possibly win it. I really do. I hope we do. I don't know if, I think obviously Butler isn't in there now, is he? I think he's out now, and he's obviously with England, I suppose.
Yeah,
And
but
all
they
that.
do. We do have Kola Cadmore, and he's not too bad either. He's no
Oh
Butler, of
yeah,
course,
yeah,
but yeah.
yeah. I'd like to see how he does for England as well, Kyler Cadmore. I think he's a good player. So
Yeah, if he gets an opportunity.
could do, but yeah. Hopefully we'll win. Hopefully. When is it tomorrow? That one? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to try and watch that one. Is it in the afternoon or morning?
Yeah, afternoon.
Afternoon. Yeah. Yeah, I have to try and watch that one. I fingers crossed we can win that. Hey, Manny, we need to win.
Yep, we do. And as I said in the beginning of the stream, Halabol Rajasthan. We need this.
Yeah, I second that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. I'll. What I will do, both of the channels are in the description
Oh, cheers,
because
man.
doesn't want to go into the title for some reason. Doesn't come up. Don't know why, but so yeah, but be up everyone that joined and yeah, be up everyone. Smash the like. How many likes are we on?
Before we go, Hannah, who do you want as your new manager, Chelsea manager? Well, Poch's gone, isn't
There's a big difference between who I want and who we get, but
he?
what I
Yeah.
want is Anti Flick right now.
All right. Yeah.
I think the latest news is that Hans has flicked off to Barcelona. So sorry, boy.
That hasn't been confirmed.
Here, Flick. Yeah. Remember,
Has that
hello.
been confirmed? But I will check now, but I don't think that has been confirmed.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, but they was all
yeah,
about Derby and everything, weren't they? All about De Zerbi. So would you take him there, or
the Serbi's heading to Man United.
is he?
Yeah.
Well, they're actually getting rid of Ten Hag, are they? They're actually going.
Yeah. They should. They should, and they probably will.
Yeah,
Well,
even
even
if
if he wins
the
the FA
impossible
Cup.
happens, and yeah, even if he does, mate, I think it's over for him. Wouldn't be a bad way to bow out, though, mind you.
Yeah, win the trophy, yeah. Yeah, that'd be brilliant. I can't see it happening, though, against City. No, they're too good. Too good, City. But, yeah, you still got an over that, Manny, about Arsenal and bottling it again. Did you
Mate,
say bottling it?
yes. And I think I had my bottle of water with me somewhere. Dang it, I forgot it. But yeah, listen, I'm at peace. I also am at peace with the likelihood that Arteta will be signing a new contract. Que sera, whatever will be, will be. He'll be out on his backside, you see. Que sera.
Yeah, well, he should be, but I think your club's got other ideas, haven't they? Unfortunately, so your chairman and whatever. But
Yeah.
shame really with the old cronkies and that because
Barcelona signed.
I call them the
Yes, Hansi
crankies
Flick.
for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Barcelona pushing with contacts with Hansi Flick. He's been waiting for Barca option as his favorite one for months. But he's the main target, so who knows? So yeah, but yeah, there is a protest against the owners, Blue Co. So be up to everyone, that's going to join that. I will do one on myself. We absolutely bash everything and expose them. We'll try and get a future stance on. Bash them. We'll do it Saturday night. Why not? So yeah, we do a protest from our side. So yeah, but be up everyone in the chat that is watching us on playback. Smash that like button. Social media is in the description. Go check it out. And then we'll see you all in a bit. Peace.